Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, hi, hello. My name is Lauren and I'm a part-time seller on the Poshmark app. You guys can always find my closet. It's linked down below as well as the name right here on the screen. It's at Lolo's Boutique. I do also have an Instagram, so if you guys want to check that out as well as any of the other things that I mentioned in this video, I will have a link down below for you guys to go and check out. It's simple, it's links, there's lots of info down there. Go and use it. Go check it out. I promise it's good stuff. In today's video, I'm going to be answering all of y'all's Poshmark related questions. I asked you guys on Instagram and also on my past couple of YouTube videos here on my channel to leave questions for me to answer related to Poshmark, and that is what we are going to be doing today. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You guys can do that by always clicking the little red subscribe button right down below. And without further ado, let's jump into y'all's question. All right, so I'm going to start off just in my YouTube video questions that you guys have been asking me. And if you guys have any more questions that you want answered, please feel free to leave them in this video and I will do a second part if I need to. All right, question from Tori Summers is, what is the recommendation for new listings in terms of frequency and quantity? So I've heard a lot of different things and different tactics that people use for this. I personally only do 3 new listings a day right now. I'm looking to bump it up to 5, but I made some changes in my business. So for right now, I'm just doing 3 new listings a day and I do it every single day. Occasionally I miss a day or 2, but that's just because of life. You know, you can't be perfect. From my personal experience and from what other people have also told me, you definitely need to be listing new items daily, regardless of how many. I would say minimum actually would be 3, and then anything else above that is great. But when you go sourcing, I would not list every single thing that you got that day on that same day. You want to spread it out through all of the days so that you're consistently showing up as an active seller, someone who's always going to be on the app, and Poshmark recognizes that and they usually push your items up a little bit more. Now, if you're part-time, I would say anywhere between 3 and 10 listings a day is great, but if you're full-time, obviously you're going to be wanting to do a lot more, between 15, 20, maybe even 30 items a day. Just depends on how many items you want to keep in your closet as active listings and how many you would prefer to not be listed yet. Sorry about Charlie. You guys know he gets super anxious for some reason when I film videos. So the next question is from Brooke Danielle, and she asked, when you're sourcing, how do you know which brands to be on the lookout for? And this is a really good question and probably one that I'll eventually do an entire video on. So when it comes to sourcing brands and what brands to be on the lookout for, this is always going to be changing. And granted, there is a very long list of brands that do well on Poshmark. It's honestly going to be kind of depending on a lot of different things. So not only is brand important, but style as well as color and then shape and fit and quality is going to be a really important factor as well. But as far as popular brands go, the ones that I kind of know to look out for are ones that I've just picked up from listening to other Poshmark sellers and pretty much just listening to the Poshmark community. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on brands that people pick up. I watch haul videos. I watch people's Instagram stories. I look at their Instagram posts. A lot of people will share like just tags of different clothing brands that they found and picked up that day that were good finds for them. And that's how I pretty much learn. I pick up things that maybe I would be interested in as well. I do know a couple of higher end brand names just from my own life and whatnot. So I try to pick up those as well. I mean, honestly, there's just so many brands out there that could go on for days about it. The next question is from Christine Rod, and she asks, where/how do I go to find the info of an item I want to list? So this honestly is up in the air. What I do every time I find an item is I honestly just Google the brand and kind of trying to describe the item and hope that it comes up. And sometimes you'll get that it's still in stores and you can kind of look at the description there, or you can kind of just come up with your own terms and ways to describe it if you find that it's an older piece. You can even search on Poshmark for a similar piece and maybe see what people are describing it as there. Just kind of use your resources, do a lot of Googling, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, like check all sorts of different selling platforms too. The next question is from Guinevere Pendragon, I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And she asked, my question is, for younger women, do you really wear tops that you can't wear with a bra, i.e. thin straps, strapless, etc.? I also wonder about sheer clothing. Resellers say it's popular, but I wonder. As far as strapless and thin strap tops go, people and women do wear them without bras. Some have, they have like little sticky things you can wear with them. You can wear strapless bras, you could wear bralettes. Like, it really just depends on the person's style and what they're comfortable with. But yes, people do wear thin straps and strapless, and they are extremely popular right now. Maybe a little less popular since it's like winter time and kind of cold outside, but definitely popular all around. And her second question was about sheer or see-through items. And yes, again, I think that sometimes these can be really popular depending on the style and the brand, of course, because mesh tops right now are super in for people who are going out maybe to like a club or a bar, and they wear it with like a black bralette or a black bra, and it's kind of like a statement piece. But yeah, mesh tops again work the same way. Some people prefer to wear tank tops, some wear bralettes, some wear bras. Like, again, it's all about what the person is comfortable with, but they are trendy right now and they are popular, so yes. The next question is from Anna Aranda, or again, I'm so sorry if I pronounce y'all's names wrong. I'm not very good at them. And she just asked, what are drafts? So drafts are a new feature that Poshmark just came out with, and I don't think that it's available to everyone yet, but correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I have not been able to see it on my own Poshmark, but I have seen larger sellers already have the feature, and this was similar to like a sharing feature as well, so it'll probably be rolled out to everyone soon. But drafts is like exactly what it is. You go in and you create a listing and you want to save it for later because you don't want to post it right then. You can then save it as a draft, which later you can come back to and upload whenever you want. So if you know that you're doing Poshmark part-time and you're not going to be able to spend every single day photographing and listing and creating descriptions, then you can use this feature to create a bunch of drafts at one time and then release them over the week. And that way it kind of, you know, it's like batch producing. And next question is from 3cheerleaderx24 on YouTube still. And her question was, how often, if at all, after someone likes an item, do you send them an offer of some kind? Love, love, love your videos. Well, thank you, girlie. That's so sweet. So when it comes to offer to likers, it kind of depends on the item for me. If I know that it's going to be a super popular item, for example, if I were to post Lululemon leggings and people were to start liking it, I probably wouldn't send out an offer until after a couple of days, just to see if it goes for full price first. Now, when it comes to other items that maybe aren't as well known or as as popular of a brand, sometimes I will send offer to likers as soon as they like it. I actually do this pretty frequently. If I find that I have like slow sale days, then I will instantly, as soon as I see that someone liked an item, I will send it out. And then on Fridays, I typically like to do it a lot too. I'll go through my whole closet on Friday and send out offers to likers. I've also heard from other people that Mondays and Sundays are really good days to also send offer to likers. So that's another piece of advice. I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. So we'll see. The next question is from Jenny Laura, and girl's always posting, she's always commenting on my videos and stuff and being super active. So thanks, girly. She asked, her question was, if I had any tips on time management / balancing life so that one does not burn out. And this is a great question, because if you are someone who is currently doing Poshmark only part-time, then you're potentially working a full-time job during the day, I'm assuming, like myself. And it can be pretty easy to get burned out. But what you really have to keep in mind is the reason why you're doing it. So for me, it's fun. Like I love Poshmark. I love the photographing. I love listing. I love sourcing and just sharing and like following and all this kind of stuff. Like every bit of it, I love it. And I love packaging items. And for me, it's exciting. Like, it's a fun thing for me to do. It's a fun thing for me to spend doing in my free time. So when I come home from work, I'm like, let's go. I'm ready to make some money. I'm ready to get to work. I'm ready to like put in the hours. And I know that's when I have the time to do it. So I usually stay motivated. But as far as balancing your time and time management, this is something I feel like I am still working towards every single day. And I feel like a lot of people are just in life in general. And it's just making time for things and prioritizing. So for myself, each day, like kind of towards the end of my work day, I start to think about what things I need to get done in that evening. I make a to-do list on my phone. I just use the Evernote app, and this kind of keeps me organized. I go ahead and list out everything I could possibly need to do for today. So for instance, today I was sitting at work like probably 30 minutes before I had to leave, and I was like, all right, what do I need to get done today so that I can be productive? I know that I needed to photograph items so that I have listings for the next couple of days. I knew that I wanted to film a video. I knew I was gonna have to cook dinner because Clay was going, whoops, dropped my phone. I knew I was gonna have to cook myself dinner because Clay was going out with one of his buddies to a baseball or basketball game, not baseball. Jeez, can't talk today. And I knew that I needed to hem some skiing snow pants to take to Clay's mom for a trip that we're taking next week, and just a bunch of other like random day in the life, regular people things like laundry and chores and all that kind of good stuff. So I started to think about all the different things that I could get done and need to get done and want to get done. And I kind of keep a running list for my whole week as well as my day-to-day so that I can kind of make sure I'm staying on track for future stuff as well. And then I'll just prioritize it. Things that I think are most important for you, it may be making sure you get in an hour workout when you get home, and then cooking a healthy dinner, and then sitting down for Poshmark for 2 hours to work your booty off. Or it may be that you want to prioritize following people tonight to grow your following, or whatever it be. You know, it's just taking the time to organize everything that you need to do in order of its importance. All right, guys, so my next question is from Shalom Westberg, and they asked 2 questions. The first was, what is your philosophy regarding using the offer to likers feature, and where do you find the size dot on a pair of Lululemon shorts? So the first question regarding offers to likers, I kind of touched base on this a little bit earlier on someone else's question, but I think offers to likers is a great feature, but you should definitely be pricing your items so that you can take advantage of the feature. So pricing your items a little bit higher, knowing that when someone likes it, you can then send them an offer and you feel like you're still getting a great deal as well as them. So yes, I think it's great. I mean, it's a wonderful way to kind of get people interested in your items and not forget about them. As far as finding the size dot for Lululemon shorts, I would check anywhere if there's a zipper pocket of any kind. It might be in that. They also sometimes have little like key holders on the waistband. I would check in there. Probably the only couple of places that you'll find them. That's the only places I've seen them personally, unless there's like a band around the bottom of the shorts. Then you may be able to find it on those. But I would literally check in every in and out of that thing because sometimes they have them in weird places. Moving on to the Instagram questions. The first is from Loaded Cart Co. And this girl, she's so sweet. She also has a YouTube channel, so you should go and check her out. She asked, how many times do you suggest to share your closet in a day? So I would say this depends a little bit upon how many active listings you have in your closet. For me, I only have about 85, so I try to share my closet as often as possible, which is always a good tip. Share, literally, can you guys hear Charlie chewing his bone? It probably sounds like ASMR videos. Share your closet as often as you can. I don't think you can ever share it too much. I try and share it at least a minimum 5 times during the day because I have a smaller closet, so I don't have as many items. So when I'm sharing, it doesn't take a very long time, but I definitely share more than that if I can because it's important. It's literally such an easy way for people to see your items in their feed and they may find something new. It refreshes your item to the top of the search whenever people search for that particular type of item. So again, as often as possible, but definitely at least once or twice a day. My future mother-in-law asked me a couple of questions as well, and one of hers was, where are your best hauls? So when I am shopping, I would say some of my best pieces come from the Goodwill boutique. And this one is actually the closest Goodwill to me, so that's kind of awesome for me. They do upcharge on items, especially brands that they know are really good. Like for instance, Free People will be upcharged a couple more dollars than a regular Goodwill would be. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes people don't catch it that work there. It honestly just depends on who's pricing the items, because someone may mistake it and price it really high, and someone may miss it and mark it really low. That's happened to me a couple of times with items. So yeah, again, pricing kind of varies, but I definitely find the best items there. I always go in there and find amazing things. I can go in there and literally find every time Free People, Alice and Olivia, Rebecca Taylor. I always find Anthropologie. I find Lululemon in there all the time. They have a lot of really, really good brands. Love them. If you have one near you and it's not overpriced, you should definitely go and check it out. She also asked, what size do you shop for and sell the most? So I do not shop for any one particular size. I actually shop for literally any size at all. I really shop for brand and style and don't even take size into consideration. No, come on. I literally don't take into consideration the size at all unless it's like super, super small item, like extra small or something crazy. Otherwise, I will still pick it up because there are people of all shapes and sizes, and someone out there is always going to be looking for something they can wear. As far as what size sells the most, honestly, I have no idea. I don't even think I've looked into it too much. I'm sure like mediums and larges, just because I feel like that's, or maybe small and mediums, I don't know. I feel like that's where most people kind of fall into, but I'm really not sure. I know that plus sizes sell really well on Poshmark, so if you're looking for kind of what sizes to focus on, I would buy all of them, but I heard plus sizes do well as well. And my next question is from Full Hope. She asked, what have you learned to avoid when sourcing? Oh, so much, I feel like. Even though I've only been doing Poshmark for a few months now, I've learned to avoid certain brands. So things that I thought were maybe do well and then don't, or I don't even know. I feel like something that I avoid when I am sourcing are items that I second guess. So if I'm looking at an item and I'm like, man, I like this, but would it sell? I don't know that I avoid any one particular thing when it comes to sourcing. Obviously, I will avoid certain brands because I know they won't do well for me just based off of what I've already sold. As far as like an item, weirdly enough, I try to stay away from jeans. I feel like I just don't know enough about jeans and jean brands and like things that people like and stuff. I mean, I do occasionally know like what sells well, like high rise obviously, and like big flare pants are kind of popular right now. And then of course like a solid skinny jean. I just feel like they don't sell that well in my closet for some reason. So yeah, I don't avoid anything in particular. I still do look through the jeans and stuff like that, but I just don't. I try to avoid them a little bit, I guess. Alrighty guys, that brings us to the end of the questions. As I mentioned before, if you guys have any more questions for me, please feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, because I want to make a part 2 video if need be, answering all of y'all's questions. Hopefully I answered these questions for you guys and you feel a little bit more prepared, or maybe you learned something from this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You guys can do that by clicking the little red subscribe button right down below. You can also click that little bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, because we all know YouTube algorithm has been like a little on the edge, so people aren't getting notified. But if you want to, click that little bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video, and then you won't miss a single one. Also guys, don't forget to go and actually follow my Poshmark closet and check it out, see if there's anything you may be interested in, or if you just want to kind of take a peek. It's always linked down below for you guys to go and check out. And without further ado guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!